Yo, what's going on, guys? So this is a U season 1 review with U season 4
Yeah.
coming down the line.
It's funny. They're supposed to come out a long time ago,
Yeah.
but whatever. So things happen. But we're here
Yeah.
today, and we're probably gonna have to like post some close to each other
Yeah.
because season 4 is actually like pretty soon. But yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like
dude, I think it's like next week.
I watched you a long time ago, and I rewatched it recently, and it's
Oh, by
funny.
the way, this video has spoilers.
Yeah, that's it. That's well, right. At this point, it doesn't have spoilers. This came out a long time ago. But yeah, I
Yeah, it is
watched
next
you a
week,
long
yeah.
time ago. It's funny. It's funny the way I watched it. It was after my birthday. My friend Chris stayed over. And we're just bored, so he's like, oh, he's going through Netflix, and he's like, oh, you should watch the show. I watched it the other day. And he put it on, but first episode hooked me up already.
Hooked
And
you up.
and then I loved it. I watched the whole thing, and ever since I've been watching the new season come out. And rewatching it, bro, it just reminded me of how much I love this show. Joe is, well, what are he? We all know that he's a bad guy, but he is one of my favorite main characters because it's so interesting. And we have talked before about how it's interesting with a character that's bad, thinks is good. But I think this is one of the best examples of that. Because
No, you root for him.
the whole time he's telling you why he thinks what he's doing is justified. And you still know in the back of your mind that he's doing wrong, but he kind of like convinces you. You know what I'm saying? Because love is such a noble thing. And in a way, we're talking about Beck, he does make your life better. When you think
Yeah, I
about
get what
it.
you're saying. Because those people were toxic. Like, in a way, he does. Because, like, even her boyfriend, her ex or whatever,
Benji. Like,
Benji, he was a piece of shit.
and then her friend.
Oh my gosh, annoying as hell.
Nah,
But
insane, bro. Insane.
Nah, insane. Like,
sort of like
that was one of the
nowhere.
girls that I wanted her to die.
And it's funny because if I get in a little bit ahead of it, but if Pago wouldn't have told Beck about the Ruth thing, they probably would have just ended up together.
I get what you're saying.
Like, I'm guessing that's Joe being who he is, especially knowing the other seasons, like something would have gone wrong, but they would have at least stayed together for a while,
Yeah.
and everything would have seemed fine. The show starts, and you see him being weird, but then immediately you see him hit Benji, and that's when you're like, oh, this guy's like more than just a stalker. He's bad. Like, he's a bad guy that's willing to do like horrible things, and he justifies it, like I was saying. And yeah, I mean, I've talked a lot, so I'll let you get into it.
No, yeah, it was super interesting. It's funny because like I'm really bad with shows. Now I've gotten better because of like the channel or whatever. But what I usually do is like I will watch a show like 3 episodes, and even if I like it, I just stop watching it.
Yeah.
Like I just like either because I don't have time or whatever. But with this show, that's exactly what happened with this show. But when I told Abram like, oh bro, like season 4 is coming out, we should probably review it. That's like a show that I think is pretty popular, and let's try to see if we can watch it. And then I watched it. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, there's a few episodes that that didn't hit that much for me, but overall, yeah. And I love the character of Joe. He's actually one of the most fascinating characters because it's weird because with him, it's not like Walter White in the sense of like, oh, you feel bad for Walter. With him, it's like you don't feel bad for him. You don't feel bad for if he gets in trouble. Like you're just like fascinated by him. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You're just fascinated by why he's doing what he's doing, and it's at the end of the day, he really likes this girl.
Yeah,
and, he's straight up like he really likes these certain people, and he's weird. He's straight up like a weird guy. You know what I'm saying?
but I find it like you were saying fascinating seeing him interact with people, because it's frustrating. Because like, bro, like you're a guy that could get girls, like, bro, you're not a bad looking guy.
Yeah.
You're good at conversating. You get along with almost everybody, and it's funny because he gets along with people because he does like the research and everything. But let's say he kept it at that, as talking, finding out about people, and didn't do anything else. Didn't actually kill. It'd still be weird, but whatever. Like you can get away with it. But he takes it too far with the killing, with the cage.
Is he straight up like a psychopath?
The thing
Because
is,
he doesn't show emotion like that for other people.
you're gonna see in the other seasons why he turned out like that.
There's a few episodes that I didn't really enjoy, like I was telling him. Like for example, I think the episode with Karen. Can you find the name?
It is You Got Me Babe, episode
So
8.
I really think that show was unnecessary. I understand you wanted to see the dynamic of him with Outback and how obsessed they were with each other, but I just feel like it didn't really add anything to the show. It kind of like just elongated it. It kind of felt like they just needed to throw in another episode in there, and yeah, for me that one didn't work. Another thing that I didn't really like about the Karen thing is like she becomes a famous writer like this super fast.
The Karen?
In the Karen episode, she becomes like a really famous writer. In that episode that you discover that she like published the book and she became really, really popular back.
Oh, I mean, I guess that could happen. You know?
Yeah, but I just didn't like how much they rushed that because one of the main things about Beck was that she was trying to become a writer. Like, and most of it was her going through struggles with that. And then you stop seeing her for like one episode, and then she's already a writer. She's like a famous writer. Everyone looks up to her and this and that. I didn't really like that. That's why that was one of the episodes that I was not really a fan of. And then the Captain one.
I mean, that's like a bad episode.
I don't even think that's a bad episode because you understand what Beck, but it's just so weird. Like you would never think that.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like you would never think that was like a thing. You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of funny because Joe pulls up, and then Beck sees him, but then he's able to like, oh, I was here because of this.
That's the thing. Like he knows how to talk to people.
Yeah,
like,
he knows how to get away with this.
Yeah, he knows how to talk to people.
One of the most interesting storylines of this season, I would say, is the thing with Paco.
Yeah,
because Joe really did help the kid. Like he really did care about the kid.
And he cared about him. Yeah,
I think that was put into the show smartly to show that Joe has a heart at the end of the day. And it's funny because he ends up killing the dad.
I think he sees himself in Paco.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, because he sees like the abusive dad, and he's like,
he's not his dad, but his stepdad.
Oh yeah. Well, the abusive stepdad, and he's like, well, that used to happen to me. And like I like that relationship the whole time. And at the end of the day, he does help them out by killing the dad. You know, the Paco goes out with his mom, and you know we don't see them again. But well, obviously we can only assume that they ended up improving their lives and everything. I think we're gonna talk about the thing with the therapist. Yeah,
that was really interesting. It blew me away. Yeah. Like that really came out of left field. When he was first started with a therapist, I thought that she was just seeing a therapist, but she didn't want to tell him that she was seeing a therapist. I never imagined that she was actually cheating on him.
Like they kind of convinced you that he wasn't.
It's crazy because it's like a twist on a twist. Because at first they make it seem like she is cheating on him with a therapist, but then they reverse that and then they actually do it. So it's like kind of weird. Like, I appreciate it. There's some good. I know this is like one of the best shows of all time or anything, but there's some really masterful writing here. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to shout that out.
And it was just funny to see like Joe and Beck talk to a therapist, and then Joe ended up actually really liked the therapist.
Yeah, he would like deadass pull up on him.
Yeah, he was actually helping him out a lot. And like she just seen both of them talk about the same situation from the different perspectives. Yeah. Like he was saying, like at a point you're like, oh yeah, like Joe's just being paranoid. Joe got cheated on before, that's why he's saying this. But then you're like, dang, like Beck actually cheated on him.
Yeah.
And it's funny how towards the end Joe's like, we both did bad things. You cheated on me, I killed these people. And Beck's like, why are you serious? Yeah. Like, you know, it's not the same thing with her. Like, cheating is horrible, but killing somebody, never justified, of course. But it really is something because, like, Peach died and I didn't feel bad. Benji died, I didn't feel bad. Yeah. Right? I'm chilling.
Did you feel bad when she died?
Yeah, because he didn't deserve that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but dude, the thing is, like, about that ending, bro. The way he was able to, like, get away with it again. This man put the therapist at fault, like,
that was crazy, bro. I just remember that. Yeah, he did do that. Bro.
And like crazy, he was able to like publish her book. So in a way, he was saying, like, "Oh, I did what you wanted to do for yourself." So I ended up.
Then she became like super famous, super popular.
Yeah. Just talk a bit more about Beck. Did you think that she was like an interesting character, like worthy? Like...
I did, because what I liked about that was, again, like the Captain episode. Like that's such a weird thing. Like you would never think about that being like a character trait. Like like her dad going out to these conventions, because that's like a normal thing that would probably happen in real life.
I like really the thing with the Christian mom, that was interesting because he was an addict and everything, and then the Christian mom is making her feel by saying like, "Oh, look at how he is with us, and look at how he was with you." So he's blaming like Beck and like the family that they had before.
Yeah, I'm glad that they were able to like actually like make her a character. She wasn't just like the romantic,
like the love interest.
Yeah, the love interest. So no, I think they did a good job with her and with Joe, and just even with the side characters.
But yeah, man, I love this season. This is one of my personal favorite shows of all time, so it might be that we're talking about it. Joe, one of the best protagonists. Him narrating throughout the whole show makes it interesting. That's probably, I think that's what makes it the most interesting. That this is literally Joe's mind the whole time.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to say?
No, that's all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.
Peace out. Like and subscribe.